Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of the Tower of Time. Having a quick look at the map for this floor. There is that big battle over there that we don't want to go anywhere near right at this moment. There is this section that we haven't explored over near the main square. Apparently there's a door to the library heading up that way as well. And of course the orc siege bit down here that we're going to hit last. I think let's go to the main square, and we'll explore this area a little bit more thoroughly because we haven't had a look along here yet. As your party walks through the hall, Eric comes to an abrupt stop. Before anyone can question his actions, he lays open palms on the smooth surface of the wall nearby. For a split second, his hands seem to sink into the stone. Interesting. I have no knowledge of this substance. It radiates a mild enchantment. You sound surprised human builders were capable of using such materials. Find it hard to believe that humans had mastery of a substance I know nothing about. Perhaps the engineers had elven assistance. As if we're totally useless without the experience and knowledge of the elves. It's a magic wall. We encountered one earlier. It can be opened, we just need to locate the release mechanism. Last time a simple lever did the trick. And we've got a bit of a storage area over here. Doesn't look like there's anything specific for us to do, and this is kind of blocked off. So what might be the release for this? Potentially up and round? It could be in the library, but we've got this this other section that we can explore. Ooh. Those guys look a bit stonking. We have a small forge. Let's take advantage of that. Do some upgrades. It's tempting to do it on so many different things. What we need to bear in mind is we do have some items that are tier 1+ or even higher than that, so it's worth us trying to focus on those slightly, I think. And this vampiric amber stone, we could boost that, seeing as we're likely to hold on to it for longer than the prismatic wand. And it does do more damage than this, although this does do all the slow stun, daze and blind chances. Yeah, let's give it a boost. +2 damage and an additional magic property. Oh, a little bit of mana regen. That's not bad. Alright, I think we're going to try and get into the library then, if that bit's all blocked off. The Grand Library. Warmest salutations to all who seek enlightenment. Please note that taking any book from the premises without written permission from a curator, marked by that curator's seal, will result in immediate and irrecoverable expulsion. Your champions unlock the door to the Grand Library and they swing open, granting them passage to a long-forgotten knowledge. Ah, the unmistakable scent of knowledge, so sweet and inviting. Smells like dust and well-worn parchment to me. Exactly. Huh, so druid. We have one thing in common then. And what's that, Rune Lord? Why, an obsession about finding what's been lost. I guess we're fighting the big tamale. A couple of constructs. Enemies have reactivated an ancient defense tower. New combat mode towers. In this mode, there can be multiple towers positioned across the map that limit the tactical options. Destroy them early or when you clear all enemies. Okay.
How may I help you?
So the towers will be limiting our tactical options. Looks like there's just the one over here. So I think we blitz for it.
Acknowledged.
Defense towers will attack your champions in range and limit your tactical options. Towers have to be destroyed, but it's your choice when.
Coming.
Will do.
Let's get an Ent in the area. We'll get explosive arrows on.
Sire.
Get inner fire on as well. And I think that's probably good for the majority of what we're doing. There's going to be a lot of enemies on this map, but the speed with which we deal with them is going to be our choice.
Acknowledged. At your service.
I would like you to move an attack and you to move an attack so you can at least keep on things.
Will do.
Kaboom! What a wallop. I've got more
Ready to serve, my lord.
to focus on. Let's charge in and get straight on this one. And in the meantime, you two can come a bit more centrally and you can come down and fight him.
Unleash hell.
Your wish is my command.
Explosions going once again. Let's get a little bit of healing back here.
Acknowledged.
Yes.
Yeah, we are all good.
Moving out. All right. Acknowledged.
Focus this one down. The others should swing around and take care of that mage.
All right. Getting out.
We can get another Ent to help. Let's do that here. Reactivate our various buffs.
Yes, moving.
And you know what? Let's get a fireball out over here.
Moving in position. Acknowledged. Onwards to the fray. At your service.
Let's get a little bit of party healing out, and that wraps up that fight. Very straightforward. Got a few bits from that, but more importantly, the way onwards has been opened. Ooh. Might be a puzzle. Your champions enter a tremendous library. Row upon row of endless books greets them. It would take an entire day for your 4 champions to count them all, perhaps longer. This tower is truly a treasure trove. The knowledge within a collection of tomes this great could in fact change our world. We should organise a way to transport these to the surface. Agreed, noble elf, but there is no time for that now. You have my word, we will return later for this task once we finish our mission. If humans had not been so rash to act and instead fell upon wisdom, like the wisdom undoubtedly contained within these books, perhaps our world would not be in the very jeopardy it is today. Besides, who exactly put you in charge of our little outing anyway? I pledged my allegiance to your lord, not to you, Shield Guard. I understand what these books represent to you, noble elf. I agree fully these books may very well change our world for the better, but my lord did not send us here to retrieve books. He sent us to retrieve the power that resides at the bottom of the tower. This and this alone can save our world from complete destruction. As for your loyalties, make no mistake. The High Courier and I are on a mission for my lord, and I am his second in command. This is our sworn duty, no matter what presents itself within the walls of this tower. Do not forget that it was you who requested to join our party. If our task and goals are not to your liking, then leave now. For if we take another step further together, it will be to my lord's end and to his ends alone. Well, it wasn't my intention to upset the dynamic of the group. I mean, agreed, Shield Guard. I never questioned your authority here. Death or the bottom of the tower, with maybe a slight detour if we find a cache of adamantium. Before we depart then, let us look around and see if there's anything of immediate value to us. What is an eternity? There's writing on the wooden board that shines with soft green light. The state when all clocks lose their meaning, for the time is without beginning or end. I guess that means we've got to set all the clocks to midnight? Unless the clue's in the notes. Right. Sleath's Notes 5. After countless days and nights I found the formula. The power to open a door to another realm is mine. I'll gather resources and followers from alien worlds and sweep away our enemies like the insects that they are. At long last, the world should recognize my greatness. Ah, how Atara will come to adore me. I'll bring the people salvation and in return be hailed as the greatest magus who ever lived. No, I'll be even more in their eyes. I, Sleath, will be their living god. No clues in there then. So when time has no meaning... Ah, yeah, right, we need to... That's midnight. I think this one's already there, yeah. Ooh, a lesser scroll. A little bit of health regen. That's going to be useful. Let's give it to Kane as he's in the front line more often than not. Hey, it was all of them midnight when time has no beginning and no end. And we've got a blueprint, so we can train champions up to a maximum level 7. That means we're going to want to pop back and do that pretty much straight away. Let's just grab the bits from the chests. No mimics, that's good. Lesser scroll for +2 armor penetration. Let's give that to Knave. And Mantle of Immunity enchantment. That could be pretty useful. Now the question is, are there any secrets in this area? Races of Atara, the dwarves, and maybe other books. The shadows. Okay. Lots of information on the shadows, or lots of speculation on the shadows at the very least. And then the frostlings. Frostlings can imprint their memories in stone. Interesting. And then the humans. I wonder if there's anything about the elves. Oh, there was one more. There we go, there's the elves. Pretentious and pompous. That's what they are. So we've got a hell of a lot of money, but there are more things just down in here. So this is one of the 2 secret areas. The party finds a book on ancient engineering principles. Browsing its pages, imagery and sounds flash through their minds as a strange feeling washes over them. Though the feeling quickly vanishes among the group, a much more thorough understanding of mechanics remains. This book is absolutely incredible. It must have belonged to a smith who worked the forge here. My instincts tell me in ancient times artifacts that old were crafted in this room. Maybe we can try and create something here. That blueprint we found earlier doesn't seem as complicated now. Your champions study the blueprint thoroughly, and they decide to try and craft the item described within. They only need to find a few key components for the construction. That's a scroll of water resistance. Let's give this to our druidic friend. And the discovery of adamantine. Soon after the Great War broke out, miners of the underground city of Ashgard encountered a new type of ore. That's going to be a little bit of information on how the dwarves came to love their shiny, shiny thing. Ooh, we have an ancient chest over here, but the lifeless constructs do give me cause for concern. Bizarre construct sounds lifeless, as if created only to be a monument. Ooh, a magic forge. This forge seems different from the others your champions have used. The mana crystals attached to it are no mere coincidence. Perhaps we can find a way to use it. Yeah, this will be for forging that specific thing. Alright, time to head back to town and do some barracks training. So Kane and Maeve can make it up to level 7. It's gonna... Oh, hang on. One moment. Over in the armory, upgrade to level 3. That cost us 500. Which means we can now get up to level 7. And it's going to cost us how much per person? 400. So we could do both of them up to level 5. Kane has unlocked a new skill, and so has Maeve. Let's do the skill tree first. So the new skill that we've learned is Physical Wave. I'm tempted to swap out Taunt. Just because we haven't really used it. And Stonewall, actually. So if I put Reinforced Armor over here, and Physical Wave down here, Reinforced Armor can do regen. That's kind of interesting. So that would be 90 health over the time period. Or Elemental Resistance. Elemental Resistance is pretty useful. Let's do that. As for the Physical Wave, we can't do any upgrades on that, but at least we can use it. Useful for pushing mobs away, perhaps. The healing we can't quite upgrade. We could drop dash. No, we may as well push dash on, actually. Yeah, because we're only level 5 now. The way this line goes, this line is the maximum you can train to. It's not where you actually are. So that's not a brilliant UI choice. Ooh. That's kind of interesting. Right, if we go all the way back to here. Going down this side, it reduces the mana cost, reduces the cooldown, so we can dash more frequently. That's kind of useful for getting around. This, however, buffs the area of effect and pulls enemies in. So that's now a big stonking hit. And with the threat generation, I think that's probably a good choice. Okay, let's give you a little bit of skill power with your mastery. And I'll approve that because that'll work on your healing and also on the resistances. So if I go check out reinforced armor, 19%. That's worth spending the points on, I'd say. Over to Maeve. Oh, Rain of Arrows. Let's have a look at that. Arrows fall from the sky along a drawn path. Enemy armor and Maeve's armor penetration influence the damage. It sounds like it could be kind of cool. The fact that it's path, I'm not so keen on, but I think I'll probably prefer it to the smoke screen. We do still have upgrade points to put in though, so let's keep putting into fire arrows. If I drop the blind down on the arrow barrage, we can make the explosion even larger. I like that. Let's also get a bit of mastery. It's not a huge amount of difference across the board, but it does add up. Actually, you know what? Let's take that one off and we'll put the Hunter's Mark radius up. I think that's slightly better for us. You've still got 2 points left. We don't have anything that we want to put them in though, so I guess they are staying where they are, at least for now. Alright, that is all of our money spent. Let's head back in. And back out of this secret area we go. Now, what have we got around here? More books. Actually, it goes up on one side and not up on the other. A greater scroll. -2 life, which is not much, but plus 30 mana, which is a lot. Especially for someone who doesn't have the mana reduction anymore. Kane, you are getting so many of these upgrades. Let's go round and ascend this tower. I do like that the maps have got a level of verticality to them. Another teleport in the upper reaches. And we've got another old book. Is this going to be one of Sleath's? Yeah, Sleath's notes 6. At long last, the spell is ready. I'll let you read that by yourself. It looked like he was definitely trying to hold the beastman to his will. Your champions gathered before a large dark distortion undulating in midair. Though they can see nothing within the mass, there is no doubt they stand before a bridge from this world to another. Their faces light beneath the crackle of green energy leaping from the portal perimeter. Maeve's hair floats above her as if carried away by unseen hands. Not expecting to find an active portal after so many years, the party pauses and looks on in wonder. The mystery of the Orc's presence has been finally solved. Maybe Sleath lives yet. Perhaps he's leading these Orcs. Such fundamental ignorance of details. Did you not see the dates of his journal? If he were alive today, it would be more than 800 years old. True, but the creature he brought to still dwell here. It's possible time in the tower does not pass in the manner we're all familiar with. You boys stand around and argue over semantics. I'm going through. The salvation of Zatara may be standing right in front of us. Wait! Does your impetuous nature have no end? A tremendous amount of magic powers this portal. Great, see you on the other side. Stop! Thy thin one's everlasting compassion. Give me breath to finish, woman. I was about to say it is extremely powerful, though highly unstable. What now? No witty remark? Any attempt to pass through is not wise. The energy flux is likely to rip all who do to pieces. Unfortunately, I'm almost certain this conduit transfers energy only one way. Ah, our first hope torn away as soon as it appears. I was with you all the way through, lassie. What about stabilizing it somehow? Can your great elf's mind and magical prowess do nothing, noble elf? It may very well be possible, but if so, it's beyond my skill. My understanding of this magic is far too rudimentary to even make an attempt. Ah, too bad. But there's something else we must consider. This portal was opened a very long time ago, aye? Then why is it the Orcs are still here? I didn't mean their age. I mean, why didn't they leave this tower and go to the surface? Or for that matter, why not move deeper below? Rackham's deep retrospective takes the party by surprise, drawing everyone's gaze in a long silent pause. Well, we have another chest. Ooh, spectral glass crossbow of carnage. It will have a shorter range than the bow we're currently using, but it might be interesting. Let's have a look at the stats. This is 10.6, that is 11.7, so it is more damage. It is air damage. And it does have a critical chance. However, the range on our current bow is just monumental. Ooh. I did not see some of these items. I think we did see the frost vest before. Decided not to use it. One point in mastery is less than the skill power increase we would get from this. Not to mention the increase in health points, movement speed, even though we're losing 4% health. We lost 1 health point in total. That was worth switching to. Let's check, see if there's anything else that I might have missed. No extra helmets, at least not that look worthwhile. We've already been through all of your stuff. And down here we are using that two-handed hammer. We could switch to this, but we'll lose a little bit of stun. But we would get mana back per hit, and there is a critical chance on it. Let's do it. I would like to get you back to having a hammer, though. As soon as is reasonably possible. Let's dismantle stuff we know we're not going to use. These are... They're better at armor. They are worse at movement speed. Slightly better at health points. Let's dismantle them. Helmet is slightly worse because our current one gives us movement speed. Vampiric Steel Great Axe, we did use it for quite a long time. That's just going to go. Chaotic Steel Sword, that can go. Big shield, little shield. And let's get rid of the Steel Warhammer of Water as well. And Maeve, that Chaotic Repeater, gone. Spectral Glass, Crossbow of Carnage. I sort of like it, but also gone. Helmet gone. Vest gone. The most interesting thing about this is the thorns. And I don't think that's particularly interesting for someone who shouldn't be getting hit. So we'll get that dismantled as well. Let's dismantle all of those little bits. Get rid of the helmet, get rid of the stone, and we'll keep this one because this one does have the slow stun, daze and blind, which we might switch to at some point. That's cleared out our inventory quite significantly. Hi guys.
May the light guide your path.
See what we've got going on for this one. We have portals. Three portals. This one is the closest, so I think we'll blitz this one down.
Your wish is my command.
Consider it done.
Will do.
Get in.
Unleash hell.
Heru Amin.
Sire, moving out.
And we will start this process off. Activate all the buffs that we can, and we may as well get the physical wave out on these guys as well. Actually, before we do that, let's back away a little bit.
Your wish is my command.
There we go, now we can get them all with it. One portal done, time to pivot.
All right.
Yes.
Mani.
At your service.
You're a bit out of range for a fireball. And there's stuff slightly in the way.
Advancing. How may I help you?
Just making sure everything's been cleared out, and it looks like it has.
Yes, moving.
I never miss.
Let's
At once, sire.
try out this path of arrows, and we'll also get a hunter's mark down on these guys.
For honor and glory.
It's not bad.
Moving.
많이 말대.
Ready to serve, my lord. On my way. Moving
Right,
into
let's
position.
get across for the next one already.
My lord?
The Ent will catch up when it catches up.
해로 아민.
Unleash hell.
Yes, moving.
Almost ready to do another fireball. But for right now, we can
Moving out.
get that going.
On my way. Sire?
Activate some
Money
more
marte.
defensive stuff. Get healing out on everyone. And then
I
that
never
should be
miss.
enough to finish things off.
Yes, moving.
Lovely
On
little
my way.
frosty welcome for anyone that comes through.
May the light guide your path.
Simple. Vampiric Amberstone of Water. This doesn't look bad. So what have we got further down this corridor? Oh, hang on. Was there an item that we missed? There was. Ooh. 25% daze chance. Very low DPS. But that's kind of interesting if you were going for a control style build. Let's grab this old book. Unbelievable, incomprehensible, ignorance beyond all imagination. The greenskin creatures, the ones that call themselves orcs, actually refuse to acknowledge my superiority. That's amazing. So Sleath has suffered quite a lot. I'll descend to the lower level of the tower as a parting gift to any orcs I leave behind a barrier glyph. Okay. Your party has followed the history of Sleath. They've gained a useful insight into the workings of his magic, which champion should receive +2 attribute points. Oh, let's give it to Eric. Your party ponders the implications of this last note. Sleath abandoned the level, relinquishing it to the orcs. He descended to the level below, seeking more amenable people to subjugate. At least we know for certain the portals only work one way. This is most troubling. If the portals to other worlds are at his disposal, what manner of creatures now lie in wait to us? Don't be so negative, laddie. Sure, we met greenskins here. Who wanted blood and bones? Who's to say the next ones won't have blue skin and treat us to ale and cakes? That would be a nice change of pace. Aye, lass. But I gather there's not much chance of it, though. Just don't tell the elf I admitted to it. So Eric has 2 attribute points. We're going to put those straight in, I think, focusing on mastery. It did up his mana regen eventually. Okay. Plus 49% skill power. That's going to affect, obviously, all of these. So, well worth it. As for descending to the lower level, we have done the main quests, but there are 2 more side quests to do and a lot more enchant scrolls, so we're not giving up just yet. Also, we haven't done this battle over here, and I thought that was like a collapsed area. So let's head back and we'll see if we can figure this out. Maybe they were just blocking the way. Alright, well, we are running a little bit low on time, so we'll finish up here and we'll start off next time by taking out these Guardians. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you are continuing to enjoy this. As always, if you are, be sure to give a big thumbs up If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of the Tower of Time. See you soon.